What does it look like when a community comes together to serve where there is need? Families helping families. That is what I love about Proverbs 19:17 Ministries.
My name is Troy Harris. I live in Tyler, Texas. I received a home in 2012 from Proverbs 19:17 Ministries. We've been struggling. Our house is falling apart.
The conditions we were living in were small, about 800 square feet. We had 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom with 6 people, 4 children. Our living room we had to turn into a bedroom.
I met Heather Harris through the Women's Bible Study and knew that there was a need there. I took Bill with me, who is our builder, Bill Andreessen. When Bill and I went to the home and went in, I think the first thing that really struck us was just that the holes in the floor were very large. The cramped space, the kids in the living room, that was their bedroom, and just the lack of space that they had, really, just to eat as a family or be together as a family. When we walked out of the home, Bill told me it really was beyond repair and asked if he thought I could raise $30,000 to $40,000 and he would check with his contractors to see if they'd be willing to donate. And the first thing that came to my mind is that God can do exceedingly abundantly above all that we think or ask, because it was not even remotely in my thought process that we would start building homes for needy families.
When I first found out I was going to receive a new home, I was in shock. We were actually asked if they could build us a home. They didn't just say we're going to, which surprised me. And I thought, do you have to ask? And so I remember looking at my husband thinking he better say yes.
I had to swallow my pride and accept what God wanted to offer me and my family. I just felt like the Lord just finally helped me out of a situation I couldn't get out of.
I'm Monica Eastburn. I live in Lindell, Texas. I received a home from Proverbs 19:17 Ministries in 2014. About 6 years ago, I became a single parent, so life sort of started over. We moved back to Lindell to be closer to family. We moved into a 900 square foot home. My kids each had the bedrooms, and so there was a large laundry room, and so I decided to make that my bedroom. As a single parent and the sole supporter of my family, the challenges that come with that are that you know that you're just going to have to make do, and you're just going to have to keep tolerating some things that you would really like to change but are not able to. When I found out I was going to receive the home, that some board members came to our home to give us the news, my children and I, and they just sort of handed us the house plan, and it was like, you're it. Congratulations. So your life is about to completely turn around.
Each year, a family is chosen through an extensive application process based upon their level of need.
The application process is fairly rigorous. The first step of our application process is that they go online. They must be gainfully employed. They can't have filed for bankruptcy. They have to meet minimum and maximum income levels. Then once they've met this criteria, they move to step 2. And then if they've gone through phase 1 to phase 2, that process is where we go into a deep financial analysis. So it's full disclosure on their part. Once they've gone through that, then we move to the 3rd phase of the application process. And in the 3rd phase is where we sit down and really try and train them on life skills to help them succeed moving forward financially.
You receive financial counseling to help you, how do I plan for this? And now that I have a home to take care of, what other goals do I have and what do I want to see happen?
The funds raised to build the home come from thousands of people contributing generously to the ministry.
Bill Andreessen and his team really are a major contributor. He not only builds a home, but he gets the contractors together to either donate their time, goods, services. So it's contributors like these that really make Proverbs 19:17 possible. We do fundraising through the Home Run 5K. We have a golf tournament at Hideaway Country Club, and we've done a barbecue out at Texas Rose Horse Park. So there are a lot of ways that we have been able to raise money and get the community involved in building these homes.
The home received from Proverbs 19:17 Ministries is never a handout. The family that receives the home is now a part of a Pay It Forward program.
Payments that you pay on your house goes toward the next house. And it continues on to the next house each one they build. You volunteer for any of the events coming up to raise money. You also go and help working in the yard, planting flowers, planting trees. And that's what it's all about, is you help pay for the next house, the next house, the next house. And everybody after that keeps doing that.
So with that, I get to give you the key to your house. Congratulations!
Now that I've received a home, I'm part of the Pay It Forward program, and so the next year, the next family, I get to be involved in their home build, and it's about life lessons and seeing God provide in the most surprising ways.
Whether contributing financially or getting your hands dirty on site, there's a way for everyone to get involved.
Anybody that wants to volunteer, just come on in. Your money, your time, it's a blessing just to give to other people.
For those that are looking at helping us build, we're grateful that you're even looking, and look forward to hopefully being able to partner with you in building the next home.
It takes a lot of people to make something like this happen, and so the more people involved, the better.
That's what people need. They just need a little hand to get up on their feet.
Proverbs 19:17 Ministries. This is not just a ministry to a family, it's a ministry to a community.
We're being the hands and the feet of Christ and giving them the ability to find hope and to be able to step out of that and realize that that's not the end, that there's much more to it. And so we're helping them rewrite the rest of the story.
My children and I get to see God provide through other people above and beyond what we could do for ourselves.
In the old home, the kids were more gripey and would just kind of separate themselves from each other. But in the new home, even though we have all this space, they want to be together and spend more time together. The process of getting this new home and being loved on by everybody completely changed our hearts.
When they told us about the house, I called my oldest daughter in here because every night we'd get in there in a circle and we'd pray about how can we afford a house, you know, what can we do to get a house? Because it just wasn't working. But every night we would sit in a circle. After they left, I called my oldest daughter in there because the day before she told me, why are we praying? God don't answer prayers. And I told her about the house, that we was getting a new house. And she sat there and stared at me. And then she took off to her room. And when I followed her in there, she was in there crying. And I told her, don't you ever say God don't answer prayers, because He does. In His own time, He will.